So apparently our musical taste peaks in our teens. Interestingly, I was reading this article which actually first came out in the New York Times. There was a New York Times analyst that actually reviewed data from Spotify, and this is what he realized, that basically all the music that you listen to in your teens predetermines your musical tastes as an adult, and most likely your favorite songs will be songs that came out during your teens. And more specifically, for women, the peak age is at 13, and for men, the peak age is at 14. And by this graph, you can also see that childhood influences are stronger for women than for men. And anecdotally, as a Gen X, the 90s, I was totally peaking, right? And some of my favorite albums was Björk's debut album and also The Downward Spiral by Nine Inch Nails. Those are kind of my desert island scenario albums. And there has been no studies on this, but I think this could be related as well to my area of interest, which is perfumery. The only thing is, I don't believe we are as exposed culturally to perfumes than we are to music. So I think that would be really hard to prove because I think perfume tends to come a little bit later in life. But nevertheless, for me, I'll show you a couple of my favorite fragrances, and they all fall within, the 90s. So totally fragrances that came out when I was a teen and that I was exposed to. So one of my first ones is CK1. This will always have a special place in my heart. I just feel it's a testimony of that particular time. And I did other videos about it, but there's so much to say on this particular perfume. And CK1 came out in 1994, but in 1992, Issey Miyake launched L'Odyssée. And you can kind of see the similarity between the two because both have a very minimalistic approach where both the bottle design and the DNA is quite minimalistic. The design also looks quite clinical. The next one that's on my list is Bulgarie pour Homme. I think this one came out in 1996 if I'm not mistaken. And this one, as you can tell, I still wear it quite a bit. And for me, this one also has a special place in my heart. It's a woody aromatic. And for me at the time, this one represented like uber masculinity. But still, nevertheless, it's one that I still love, and I still feel is quite relevant in terms of its scent signature. The last one on my list, I was actually never exposed to it during my teens, but I know it would have been one that I would have gravitated towards, and that's Versace Blue Jeans, which came out in 1994. So this one has I talked about it on other videos, but it has like this clear cola note, and it's it's an aromatic fougère, although it's in a blue bottle, and it suggests like a type of cologne. It's not. It's more of a fougère. And it's a really playful, long-lasting, and cheap one. And I know as a teen, I would have been all over this one. Anywho, let me know what your favorite songs and perfumes were from your teen years. I'm curious to know.